lay here, with Amy, in a barren farmyard. Lifting his head, Swift Antelope stared across the rolling grassland beyond the farm. Within him, an awful emptiness took root, similar to that which he had felt a year ago upon entering the Tule Canyon. There, the September before, Mackenzie and his soldiers had slaughtered 1,400 Comanche horses and left the animals to rot. Though Swift Antelope had heard of the attack on his people in the Palo Duro Canyon, though he had known they were defeated, it had not seemed real to him until that moment when he saw the thousands of sun-bleached bones scattered across the canyon floor, all that was left of the Comanche remuda. It was then that Swift Antelope knew, deep within, that his people were finished. They were as nothing without their horses. Just as he was nothing without Amy. Pushing to his feet, he pulled his knife from its scabbard and slashed his cheek from eyebrow to chin, his final tribute to the spirited Tosi girl who had touched his heart with so much love. His blood dripped onto the mound of her grave. He imagined it being absorbed into the earth, mingling with her bones. In this small way, a part of him would be here with her, no matter how far he might travel or how many winters passed. Swift Antelope straightened his shoulders, sheathed his knife, and strode to his waiting horse. After mounting, he sat a moment, gazing into the distance. His friends waited to the west. Swift Antelope wheeled his horse and headed south. He had no idea where he was going, nor did he care. Chapter 1. March, 1879. Amy Masters touched the toes of her shoes to the floor to keep the rocker in motion. Despite the heat from her fireplace, cold seeped under her wool skirts, penetrating her petticoats and ribbed cotton hose. Lighting the lantern might have helped, but for now she preferred the shadows. Somehow the firelight soothed her as it played upon the floral-patterned wallpaper in her sitting room, bringing to mind those long-ago summer nights in Texas when firelight turned the teepees of Hunter's Village into inverted cones of glowing amber against a slate sky. Faint voices and laughter drifted to Amy from outside. A door slammed. A moment later, a dog barked, the sound distant and lonely. Everyone in Wolf's Landing was retiring for the night, as she should herself. 5 o'clock would come early. Father O'Grady from Jacksonville visited the settlement so seldom that she hated the thought of missing Mass. He would leave the area tomorrow on a northward trek to his mission in Corvallis, then west to Empire on Coos Bay, then east to Lakeview. It would be weeks before he once again served Mass at St. Joseph's in Jacksonville, let alone visited Wolf's Landing. With a husband, 2 children, and a visiting priest to feed, her cousin Loretta would need help preparing breakfast. Even so, Amy lingered. Saying farewell to a cherished friend and precious memories took time. Sighing, she lowered her gaze to the neatly folded page of Jacksonville's Democratic Times that she clutched in her hand. The horrible rumors about Swift Antelope had been filtering into Wolf's Landing for a couple of years, but Amy had refused to believe them. Now that she had read this news story, she could no longer deny the truth. Her childhood sweetheart, the one and only man she had ever loved, had turned killer. Leaning her head against the backrest of her rocker, Amy gazed at the charcoal sketch of Swift Antelope that hung above her mantel.